What if I told you there's a simple AI service that 75% of small businesses desperately need but aren't using, and you could charge them $3,564 per year to solve it? You know what's extremely funny to me? Everyone sees this opportunity, but honestly, nobody probably is going to act on it. Because like I've always said, competence yields confidence. But here's the thing, AI can give you the confidence faster than ever before. And so gone are the days where you should be sitting there in fear waiting to get great at something, because the tools are right there to make you confident today. You don't need to spend months learning. AI is going to handle the heavy lifting for you while you focus on what matters. But you want to hear something crazy? According to a Womply study of 200,000 small businesses, 75% of them are completely ignoring something that directly impacts their revenue. They're too busy putting out fires, handling customers, managing staff, dealing with inventory, literally drowning in their own success. They do not have the 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day to handle this one simple thing that 87% of their customers check before buying. And they're going to gladly pay you $297 a month to check this off their list forever. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what this AI service actually is and why businesses are honestly desperate for it, and also why you literally don't need to know anything about technology, why every local business loses money without it and doesn't even realize it or have the time to think about it, how to set it up in 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to literally show you over the shoulder, step by step, and I'll throw it in as a bonus. I'll reveal why clients will practically never cancel once you add this to a service package that you're going to be selling them. Now, if you don't know me and you're new to this channel, my name is James Bondies. I've done millions online, closely coached over 8,000 people on building their marketing agency, and I've done it with no AI. And I've had over 20,000 people pay me for my advice. I've generated a ton online. It's not about me, it's about you in my agency and my coaching business. But there is one thing I know for certain, and why I'm telling you this: the simplest services often make the most money. And what I'm even more certain of, most of you watching this will probably continue to watch another video after this one until your eyes literally bleed. And then you're gonna find yourself in the exact same position you are today a year from now. So if you want to be the knight in shining armor to your family while everyone else is still watching YouTube videos wondering how you afforded that nice car, well, the bar is really, really low out there. So it's time to get after it. I'm about to use what's probably the worst analogy ever used on YouTube, but I beg you to stick with me because it's going to make perfect sense and set us up. You know, the healthcare industry is one of the biggest industries in the world. And look, I'm not trying to get all conspiracy theory on you here, but think about this. Patient walks in with high cholesterol, walks out with a statin prescription. 6 months later, they're back because the statin is causing muscle pain. So now they need something for that. Then that medication affects their sleep. So here's another prescription. And before you know it, they're literally taking 10 different pills and seeing the doctor every month. I saw it with my father, when cholesterol is really not a bad thing that we're finding out. Now look, horrific analogy, I know, because it's negative. And I'm not saying we should be like Big Pharma here, but here's what you need to understand about business. It's so important and it's not a bad thing. Solving one problem almost always creates another opportunity. And it's not snake oil. That's just the cost of doing business. Honestly, if you get nothing out of this whole video, I want you to get this. You get a business, more customers. Awesome. Now they need help managing those customers. You get them ranking on Google. Awesome. Now they need someone to answer all those phone calls. You flood their business with 5-star reviews. Amazing. But guess what? Every one of my agency clients have faced when I ran our awesome reputation management snapshots and things that I've been teaching on my YouTube channel is that they started getting a lot of 4 or 5-star reviews. Some bad ones, but some good ones. And it's an amazing feeling when you do that for somebody. But then those reviews just sat there. The customer literally writes, amazing service, highly recommended, and crickets. No response from the business owner. So you know where I'm going with this. The bolt-on service to a reputation management service that practically sells itself is AI review responses. You're already getting them reviews. Now you automatically respond to every single one with personalized, professional responses that make their customers feel heard and valued. And I can't tell you how important this is in the local business space. But why exactly around $300 a month? Well, let me show you. According to Bright Local's 2025 consumer survey, 88% of consumers would use a business that responds to both positive and negative reviews, but only 47% would even consider one that doesn't respond at all. So I want you to think about this. If a plumber gets 100 leads a month and converts 20% of them at $500 average job value, that's $10,000 in monthly revenue. A 4.1% conversion increase, that's an extra $410 per month. Your $297 service paid for itself and put $113 profit in their pocket every single month. And obviously, guys, I'm giving you like second grade math here. And the best part, the setup setup is so simple. So let me share my screen. Let me show you exactly how to set this thing up. So then hopefully you'll open your mouth to some businesses and go make some money. Let's jump on. All right, so I'm gonna go through exactly how to set this thing up. It literally is gonna take 5 to 7 minutes. But before I do, I just wanted to give kind of like, I get these questions a lot. Where can I find the stuff that you talk about on YouTube? Sometimes you go through it too fast. Sometimes you miss a step, whatever it might be. I have mentioned this in previous videos and will continue to. You can go ahead and join my Skool community for less than $1 a day, or just literally the software I'm going to show you called GoHighLevel. They have a 30-day free trial. Not everybody has the opportunity to give 30 days. I do. And if you grab that, you will be able, if you go to this about page, link is down in the description as well as pinned in the first comment, you will be able to get access to kind of all the stuff that I put out on YouTube, sometimes walk through more slowly, step by step. It comes with checklists and things like that. And again, I do my best to try to provide as much value to you guys, but it's hard to like put everything on YouTube without it at least being in a more organized manner. Otherwise, people literally get confused of what video to watch next. So it has to be in an organized manner. So let's jump over here to GoHighLevel. Okay. So if you know what GoHighLevel is or have GoHighLevel, which for some reason in my world, I believe that everybody uses it. I'm finding out faster and faster that the world is big and not everybody uses it. I'm in a client, right? And I'm just setting this client up. I've talked about him in the last week or two. AE Electric, going to be a new client of mine, building his built his website. I added it when I pitched originally the reputation management, and I added a couple $100 onto it, as mentioned, $300 or something like that, to set up automatic reviews. He's an electrician, guys. He doesn't sit in an office. He does the work. Matter of fact, a lot of his paperwork is done like in the car on an iPad while he's waiting for his guys, or he's hanging lights or whatever he's doing. He's a big electrician contractor. Within GoHighLevel, it's not gonna be a GoHighLevel training. They have their own AI tools. And that's what I forgot to mention. And so you'll see here that if I will have trainings on all of these AI tools, deeper trainings, although most of them are so easy to use, you don't really need too much. Probably the most annoying thing when it comes to onboarding a client is getting their connections, right? That's probably the most annoying. So if I'm in a sub account, which we call a client account, and I go over to reputation, okay, within this reputation tab, they basically have like an onboarding get started, right? I can connect my Google business profile. I can configure this auto reply reviews, send your first review request, things like that, okay? I'm running a separate, I'm not running an internal sending review requests because I collect data into GoHighLevel. You can watch the video about that posted, I don't know when it was posted, last week, 2 weeks ago. And all I want to do is, so the biggest thing, again, connect Google Business Profile, which I did, right? And it actually took a quick phone call to him. And I basically said, I got to connect your Google Business Profile to the CRM. Hang on the phone with me for 1 second. I logged in, I connected him. He gave me the code and it was done, okay? It could be a little annoying, I know, but that's, again, once it's connected, it's connected. Then we want to configure reviews AI, okay? I clicked it to just go through it really quick, but let me go over to here. This is how you'll, like if I hit skip onboarding, it'll get rid of that. So if I go over to check out reviews AI, and he has 41 reviews, clearly not enough. He's been in business for 20 years. And so what we want to do is we want to edit, set up the reviews. And so to do that, just go over to overview, and I'm going to come back to that tab and click settings. And see down here, it says legacy reviews AI. This is like right out of the box. And then you would simply just hit edit, choose professional or grateful. This text is already here. I didn't put this text here, and all I did was say this is an electrician business. And then down here, review source, I just want to make sure it's A&E Electric, Google Business Profile. You can change the words, but this comes with it. Okay, then you hit save, and it's going to respond in a professional, grateful manner. And you just make sure that your auto responses are on. You can turn them off. You can help you articulate a response if you want to do it yourself. But that's it. Honestly, that's what I love about GoHighLevel is that like their AI stuff is very simple to implement, especially for local businesses. Okay. So one thing I wanted to point out, which I think was extremely important, is if I go over to overview and I check out the reviews, see over here, when an AI responds to a review, it'll say AI response, I believe it says. I'd like to bring it down to reality because over here, he's busy. He gets a 1-star review on July 2nd. It's July 16th. He has not responded. Now, somebody's searching for a business, even if he's ranking, I don't know. Like, am I going to want to do overpriced and fishy? Then he gets some decent reviews. By the way, barely any of them. Look at March 20th, November. You go all back to 24, 23. Like, when was the last time this guy got reviews? And this is why he knew. So you uncover these big problems. Look, Ryan Luma gave a 1-star review 2.5 years ago, and he's never responded. It does not look good for a business. And one of the things he actually told me was like, yeah, he's like, man, I used to be so busy. I gave you the data. It's important. This is a very important service. And it's something that I will always, even 10 years from now, harp on. As long as there's a Google and there's people can review people, it's important. All right. So now we will take care of, and within here, he could reply. He could do an AI reply. Benny and his crew are great. I had an emergency job and the guys were out the next morning and took care of it quickly. Fair price, extremely knowledgeable. Thank you for your kind words, Adam. We're glad to hear we could assist you promptly with your emergency needs. Our team prides itself in providing quality service at fair prices, and it's rewarding to know you found us knowledgeable. We appreciate your support and look forward to serving you again in the future. Send. Now let's see what this would say. I'm not going to send this because we appreciate your feedback, Jack. We strive to provide quality service and transparency in our pricing. We're sorry to hear that you felt our pricing was not fair. Please feel free to contact us directly. So he's going to respond himself on this. Your satisfaction is important to us. But I will tell you that, you know, these 1-star reviews, you got to be careful of how you talk to these people. So to me, this would be good enough if somebody left it. But if he's like, who is that? He could go into here, and he could say anything 3 stars or above or 2 stars or above. Because if he wants to answer, then he should have the right to do that. So we could actually filter this. All right. Which is very important too. I'm actually going to do that now. I'm going to say 3 stars or above and hit save. Go back to the overview. Let's go back to the reviews. And so that's how it works. So now it won't auto reply to a 1-star or a 2-star. He'll do it, but he will be notified because he's going to have the app to GoHighLevel lead connector on his phone, and he'll get it and get notified because I know he doesn't check his reviews. That's how you use AI to solve another problem. We're getting them more reviews. We're responding to the reviews. One package, $700-800 a month for businesses that could afford it. Now, you might say, James, how many businesses can afford $800 a month? I'm sorry. If you can't afford $800 a month, you have a dying business anyway. And I'm going to get a lot of slack for that, but give it to them for $7,200 a year in your pocket. Simple, right? Couple clicks. You've got AI responding to every single review that comes in. It pulls the customer's name, references their specific experience, and crafts a response that sounds like it came from the business owner themselves. I mean, it literally will adjust the tone based on if it's a 5-star review or a 2-star complaint. For the 5 stars, grateful and encouraging. And the negative ones, it's apologetic, solution-focused, and professional. And you can even tone it down if you feel like it's too professional. Setup time, 5, 7, 10 minutes. Monthly maintenance, 0. Client literally never has to think about this ever again. Now, here's going to be where people ask usually about the details. But I want you to understand what really matters is that a lot of times they don't cancel. And I want you to remember that Womply study I mentioned. 75% of small businesses don't respond to reviews at all. So when their secretary was wasting hours crafting responses manually, if they actually were, and suddenly it's now handled automatically, pure gold. Plus, Gominga found that 63% of customers said businesses never responded to the review once. And that is a massive opportunity gap that you are filling. So here's the best part. This becomes part of their daily business operations. Every day reviews come in, every day responses go out automatically. Every day the customers feel more valued, more than their competitors' customers. And I want you to try to take that away from them. Now, if I had to guess what you're thinking, all right, cool, James. I don't know any businesses, like I end every video. But here's the truth. If you like their approach, you can see how it works. You see the value. You're just wondering, like, where do I find these businesses? What do I say to them? How do I package this? How do I add it to a rep management service? How do I sell rep management? Look, setting up the AI review responder is the easiest part out of all of this. A 13, 8-year-old could do it. The money is in knowing how to find the business owners who are already drowning in their day-to-day operations and then getting them to say yes. So that's why I created a complete 3-step system that shows you how to land these clients by providing value up front, not just what to say, but where to find them, how to create a steady stream of new clients walking through the door for you, or I should say new clients where you can go find them. So click this video where I break down the exact scripts, how to identify the right business owners, and how to package everything together so they're practically begging to pay you that $300 extra every single month, or that package price of $600 to $800. The video is right here. Go watch it. And if you liked what you saw, like, subscribe, comment, share this video. Check the description down below as well as the pinned comment, and you can get all of this in my school community for less than $1 a day, or just go grab GoHighLevel for 30 days for free and get it all just for doing that. Free is sometimes better than cheap. See you in the next video.